Hi, Marshalia from Lockdown Studios. Today's tutorial will be a basic intro of Character Creator 4. We'll be looking at the camera controls, workspace navigation, basic character modification, rendering, and then also how to export your character, whether it be a OBJ, FBX, or exporting directly to iClone to modify the animations further. Alright, so first we have a look at the camera controls. Up here we have the zoom, so left mouse button, zoom in and out, and then we've got the pan function to pan the camera around the scene. We also have the orbit if you need to rotate around the scene. And then up here we have a nice little one, yeah. So for the front, right, top, this will show all the camera angles, basically the camera angles there. So we have F, S, G, A. You'll find them right next to each other on the keyboard. So A is for the right side, S for the left, then we have D for the back, F for the front, G for the top. H does not do anything, so you'll have after that your J to focus on the face, and then K to show the whole scene. Let's bring it back to the front. Alright, what I like to do is to keep it on select, so I can select around the scene, and then you can still use these. However, then you just use the shortcut Alt. Right mouse button is to orbit, left mouse button to pan, and then both left and right to zoom in and out. You don't have to use the left and right or this one to zoom, you can just use the mouse wheel. Alright, let's look at the workspace. So up here you have your different tabs. We'll get into some of them shortly, but we're not going to be going into detail of all of them. And then you have your different workspaces. So firstly we have your content manager. This is where you have access to all your assets. If you come over to template, if you have any custom ones that you brought in, you'll find it under custom. For now I'm going to go under template. This is where all your assets should be. So we have your item, all. This will show you all the assets that you currently have. And then if you go to pack, it will show you your specific packs that you have maybe downloaded or that is already opened with Character Creator 4. And then you'll also have all your sections, your project, your actors, skin, materials, your hair, cloth, animation, stage, props, all these you'll find here. If you go underneath them, you have your subcategories. So yes, this just open there. I'm not interested in that now. Let's look at the modify panel. So yeah, you have your modify workspace. Again, you can move it around wherever you like it to be. You can have it there. If you feel your viewport is getting too small, then you can just move it around. You can put it in there. You can put my scene in here as well, but I prefer it to be on the right hand side. I don't need a lot of workspace here. As you can see, the character is quite clearly visible on the screen. I can see everything. Alright, so on the modify panel you'll have your attributes, your motion poses, your morphs, appearance, materials, and physics. So all these tabs have their specific parameters that you can change on the character. Next is the animation player. You'll find it down here. Again, if you don't have it there, go to window and you'll find it there. You can also use the shortcuts. I don't have my scene here. Scene, I do like to have it there. So the scene will also show you everything that is currently in your scene, so you can manage it easier from here. Alright, that's all for the workspace. So this is the fun part. This is probably the main feature of Character Creator 4 is creating a character, so let's get into that. Alright, under actor, we can go to the actors. So yeah, you'll find I'm under packs now, so you'll find the packs with characters in it. Now I'm using the adventure figure set, and I have my character Manny is loaded into the scene. You can use the default mannequin. You can use any of the packs with characters that you have in your inventory. So you can just go through there, select any character, bring him into the scene. So I've got my character here. Now we've got all these subcategories that we have here. So we've got our character, and then we've got our morphs, head morphs. So firstly, let's look at morphing some of the characters. I'm just going to go back to item, under character, under morphs. So yeah, you'll find some additional character morphs. You can use some of them if you want. For now, I do prefer the character. He's quite buff. He's built, yeah, like a brick wall. So let's keep him there. Then we have, yeah, different kinds of morphs you'll find in the packs. If you see these ones here with the little cloud to download, you can just double click on them. It will download that assets to your inventory. So you'll find them here under your content manager. Installation finish. Alright. So just give it some time to update. Alright, so that's done. So under here you've got your morphs. This is basic morphs. This is not the parameters that you'll find in this morph section. These are specific morphs that you'll find. Most of these you'll also find in here, in your morph browser under modify. Alright, you might have a yellow, if you hover over certain parts, it might be shown as yellow. If it doesn't, you can just come here to morph. You'll see it will be highlighted there, and now you can see all these yellow parts. So all these you can modify individually. You just click and drag, it will change that parameters of that certain part of the body. Additionally, you can come over to morph, and then you can say select whatever morphs you want. So just make him a bit more skinny, a bit more fat. These are additional packs that I do have here under in my content browser. You might not have them there. You can check most of these. You'll find in the content store. You'll find some additional morphs, materials, characters, everything you need, prop scenes. You can purchase it there. You can download some free assets as well. Alright, so let's look at, say, the shoulder. Let's change this shoulder width. This guy got a bit skinny now, eh? Just bring him back up again. If you want to completely change, you can just double click on it. It will change back. If you double click, it will make it full and change back again. So if we want to look at the arms, make the arms a bit bigger. Yeah, no, we don't want to look like that. So we'll just keep it in proportion with the body. Alright, so you can look at all these, change all those. You'll find everything here. If there's something specific you want to find, you can just search for it. So let's say I want to search for nose. Then it will show me all parameters containing the word nose. So you can see all those. Again, if you press J, and do it like that, select the character again. Okay, J. Now if I search on the nose, let's see what's happening here. Alright, of course, got to be under your the actor, so it will show all of those. Alright, nose, it will show you all the parameters here. You can go ahead and change whatever you like. Let's give this guy, say he was in a bar fight, so we'll give him a broken, skewed nose. Pinch it a bit. If you've been for a nose job or something. So you can get creative, change it, make it your own. This was now the basic character, but I mean you can change so many parameters that you turn this basic character that is given to you, you can change into your own character. Alright, so enough of the morphs. I think you get that. You can scroll through them. You'll find all of it here. Again, if you don't know where to find it, you can just search for it here. Next, let's look at materials or the skins. So yeah, we'll find different kind of skins. You can apply these skins to your character, different kinds. For now, I'm going to leave the character as is. Not gonna play around with the skins. If you're gonna do something very specific, I'm also gonna just turn off the morphs. If you do something specific, then you can use those skins. Maybe you've got something in mind that's a bit weird. You can come over here, give it an orc skin, give it a baby skin, give it one of these athletic guys skin. But for now, I like the way it is. Let's go over to makeup. Okay, this is a male character. I'm sure he's not going to be using makeup. But you'll find all your makeup underneath the makeup tab. So everything in your assets or in your content browser, you'll find, if it's here, you'll find it underneath it. Next we'll look at hair. This will bring me up the specific hair that is compatible with this character. So let's look. Yeah, I can see this is actually the same character, so I'll put it there. You can just double click on it. You can also drag and drop, and it will apply the hair quite seamlessly to the character. There shouldn't be much modifications you have to do. The characters, everything is built for it to know exactly where to go. So you just have to drag and drop and leave the program to do the rest. Alright, so we've got there. Let's look under facial. Is there something specific? Yeah, this is more stylized character. We're not going to be using realistic hair. Can give him this mustache. Yeah, let's keep the mustache. Yeah, I will keep that. And then next we'll go to cloth. So again, underneath here, you'll find all the different types of cloth. I'm just going to go down to my character. So let's give him a bit of clothes. Again, you can drag and drop, or you can just double click on that. It will apply to the character. Let's see, pants. Let's double click. Alright, to apply the pants. Sometimes you'll have the problem where, say the pants is poking through the shirt. To fix that problem, oh, sorry for that, not sure what happened there. Alright, so sometimes it will poke through and you wouldn't know what to do. You can just come over here to attributes, and then you can go to conform. So let's say select the pants is selected, go to conform and calculate collision. That will basically just bring everything back into place. Conforming usually works well. Alright, let's give this guy some shoes. Yeah, I can't go without shoes. Let's see, which shoes should we use? Yeah, the shoes are for Manny, so let's just use that. Alright, now he's got some clothes on, he's decent. Yeah, it's quite decent now. Alright, let's just go and look again at some of the other stuff here. Alright, so I'm just gonna go underneath all. Let's select the character again. Underneath the cloth again. So if you, let's look under items. So under item, under cloth, under the subsection, you'll have your underwear, your shirts. So yeah, it's all different. I haven't downloaded most of these as yet. I'll get to that sometime. So you find all these clothing, but if you want the specifics for the character, you maybe download a specific pack, like I did here with Manny now. Then you can just select Manny's pack. Yeah, it is adventure figure set, and then you find the specifics underneath that. As you can see, yeah, there's no dresses, no coats, no underwear. So yeah. Alright, so that's all for the cloth. You can play around a bit more with that, select something you like. For now, I'm just going to leave mine as is. Alright, next we've got some accessories. So as you can see, it went out of my pack now, because that pack does not hold any accessories. However, yeah, some accessories in other packs. So if I want to use the glasses, as you can see, even though it's from a different pack, it knows where to go. However, it's not quite in the right position. What we can do from here, you can use your shortcut keys W, E, R. So W will be to move, so we can move this around. It's a bit too big, so we'll use R to scale. Let's just scale that down a bit. It's gonna be what, maybe until there, so we can just go back to W again and move it a bit out. Let's see, R, W. You'll see you're gonna play around quite a lot with your WER controls. Alright, so it's got some big glasses. Let's keep it like that. I like it. Alright, let's give him this necklace as well. Alright, as you can see again, can't see the necklace. So you can use your W, and as you can see, I'm pressing W, E, R, can't see anything changing. I can see it's doing what it's supposed to do, but there's nothing there. Select your character, go back to front, right click, let's look for that necklace. There it is, necklace. Again, that's why I've got the scene here. You can use it to quite easily get, instead of struggling to get it, you can just get it from here. Alright, so again, let's press W here. You can see there's something going on. So I can just move that up. If you press F while you select it on something else, so I'm selected on the necklace now, if I press F, it will actually focus on that specific part that you selected. So if I select the shirt, focus there, and yeah, and so on. So all those the camera angles that we learned about earlier over here, you can use them if you select something specific. So this is the character again, but if I only want to look at the glasses, I can focus on that. If you use your J and K, it will still do the same function. Focus on the face with J and focus on the scene with K. But yeah, like I said, F will focus on that now. So let's select this necklace again. I think it's a bit too big, so actually I'm just going to delete it. We're not going to struggle with parameters now. Go out of that scene. Yeah, some other ones. Yeah, maybe if you want to replace this one, let's see. As you can see, it brought it in now. However, it did not replace the old one. So you can just go down, select that glasses, that's old ones. You can delete that, select the new glasses, and then we can just move them back into place. Now these ones look a bit better. And just scale them. Let's go this one in a bit. And W. Oops. Control Z to undo a wrong movement. That's the correct one. That's the one I want. So just so it's not poking through the mesh. Alright, so that's just basics of cloth, clothing, accessories. So you can play with that, go through your packs, go through your assets. If you want to look at everything, you can just come over underneath item for all the other ones. Yeah, you'll see, download the ones that you don't have, and you can play with all those. Alright, so that's basically, we've got a basic character created. So what we want to do next is give this guy a little pose. In item again, animation. I select my animation here, then you'll find your animations. In this case, it's animations that's going to be compatible. with the character. Most animations should be compatible with each other, except if you bring in a external character from external software. You might have to change the skeleton a bit. I've used Unreal mannequins, put it in here. It's a easy fix. So we'll go through that in a different tutorial about importing different meshes from different programs. So yeah, we want to give him a nice animation, because now he's just standing there. Let's look, yeah. You can just scroll through these. Again, let's look at this. Run. So you can select your motion. You've got these two options here. I'll show you what the difference is here. Let's select traditional first. Alright, so let's focus on the face J. So as you can see, it's got a bit of, you see the expression, it's quite still. Let's put it in again and use the X plus. Now you can see the expression. So it brings in that expression as well. Right, as you can see, yeah, I don't have anything to play because this is a still frame. It's only one frame, so it won't be playable. If you let's scroll down a bit, use something else. Let's look for noise motion. Let's use this one. So this is a complete animation, so you'll see it's not grayed out anymore, and you can play it. And you see again, it's a different character than this one. However, the animations should work together. You'll find that all the animations are definitely a bit different to each other. So to fix these problems, select a different animation. If you don't want to select a different animation, you can just come over to your motion pose, edit pose. And now we can say we need to bring this in a bit. And that needs to move a bit more forward and bring it in a bit. Now there we have it more or less where it should be, this one. Bring it in. Let's bring it in a bit. Okay, let me just rotate it a bit. Zoom in a bit. We're going to want to rotate the hand a bit. Fit. Getting there. Let's go W again. Let's move it out a bit. Move this one out a bit. And just bring that in a bit again. Alright. So then you can just close this again. You can also just keep it open if you want. Alright, so that has been modified. Yeah, you can do a much better job if you put a bit of time into it. And yeah, then what else we have here is your edit facial. So if you open that up, just bring it this side. Alright, so again, you can just use J to focus on the face, and right mouse button and Alt to orbit and pan around, just to make it easier for yourself. Alright, so let's look at this. So all these parameters you can change individually. Give them a bit of a strange eye there. We'll leave those ones, but actually you can play with this. So I wanna Give him some nice fat cheeks. You can use that. Or you can just leave it as it was. Deselect. So you just press to select. However, just remember those ones are still going to be selected. So deselect them before you change parameters on the other one. You can change the sensitivity here as well. For now, I'm going to use expression. So under expression, you have your different styles. Happy, sad, angry, disgust. So let's give him an angry face. Let's see. And you can also say change the expressiveness of that. So you can see there how it changes. Make it more dramatic. Keep it there. There we go. So you can just modify everything there. Now let's look back at that. We've got a angry old uncle, yeah. Angry at life, tax, petrol price, all that. I believe that's how most of us feel. Alright. So basically you have a character now. You can go even further. We've looked at the morphs. This is if you apply your skin makeup, you'll find it under this tab. Yeah, under appearance. Then you can change that individually there. Let's see, this character does not have that on now. Materials. Under materials, you'll find all these. So it's all individual. You can change parameters on all of those. Yeah, under the material. So you can go through them. In a different tutorial, we'll go more into detail regarding the materials, changing bump maps, roughness maps, ambient occlusion, adding metallic maps. All those, we'll go through that in a different tutorial. That's a bit more advanced. Alright, so once you've got your character done, your motion is done, you want to set a scene. So setting a scene, you can just come over to stage. Alright, then under stage, you'll find different scenes. Again, that's not been downloaded yet. Let's get one in. Let's look for one. Let's use this one. Just download that. Alright, so now that it's completed downloading, I can open that up and you can browse through the scenes. You can just drag and drop, double click to enter that. Let's see if we got a nice angle. This is looking a bit dark. Let's use this one. So you'll see it will bring in some lighting, a backdrop, everything to just fill the stage a bit. So once you're happy with one, let's use this one. You can find your angle. So I want to render in this angle. So stage the character right there. Next thing you're going to want to do is to render. So to render, you come up your render tab. You can preview your render with F10. So just to see how it's going to look. I'll give you a quick preview of what you're actually looking at. So that's how the render is going to look. You can come back. For now, we're just gonna, it's a single frame that we have now. So we'll render image. And you can change your parameters here. I want to render as PNG. It's on current frame. We'll go into some more render settings, animation renders. In future videos, we'll do a complete video on that. So I'll just use viewport resolution for now, final render, and then I'm just gonna leave all that as default. Then we can hit export. I've got a file here. Let's just call it render test. Keep it as that. Yes, let's do that. So there we've got the image that rendered. Okay, so once you've rendered, you want to export your character. Maybe you want to export it specifically as an OBJ file. We can hit that. You can select with the new character in bind pose, character with current pose, keep facial expressions in nude blind modes, or you can come down here, export, FBX, clothed character, or you can select all. For now, I'm just going to export a character. Let's use, so I'm going to export it to Blender. So I'll select Blender, mesh and motion. Let's use, we're not going to use the motion, so we'll just use the mesh. So we've got that all done, and we've got, yeah, we can delete hidden faces if you're not going to use the hidden faces. So basically what that means is all the faces of the character that's, say, underneath the shirt, underneath the pants, in the shoes, it won't export those. It will make one complete mesh from this. So there's not going to be any, the arms, the torso, it won't come with it. It will delete those faces for you, which works well if you're creating a character for, say, Unreal Engine and you want to use it in a game. You don't want all that unnecessary triangles, faces. It will mess up your performance. So yeah, now that we have all that, export. Okay, select the, I've got it, yeah, I'm under my Blender. We'll just say many. So we'll save that. It will create that FBX file for me. And you can use all the other different types of files as well, your OBJ. What I want to show you is if you want to export directly to iclone. So you've got your character created here, however you want to use different animations, modify the animations a bit more, you can export directly to iclone. Just tap there, one tap, and it will take you there automatically. Okay, so once you got your character exported to iclone, it will automatically come up with your character in scene. Then you can start doing some more modifications. Again, you have your actors, your hair, your cloth, accessories, and then I use it mostly for animation. So you can select your animations there. Then we can look at what animations we can use. So let's see. Again, you have your content browser, your modify panel, and then your timeline. This is only the beginning of iclone 8. We'll do a in-length video of iclone 8, all the basics. As you can see, the viewports look quite similar if you scroll through. We'll go in depth with animation and modification and everything in future video. Alright, thank you for watching.